The Pakistan-Iran face-off takes its next big turn. Pakistan has carried out airstrikes now against terrorists in Iranian territory. Islamabad says a number of terrorists have been killed during the intelligence-based operation, and the name of the operation that they've given is Marg Bar Sarmachar. Saravan and Jalek areas that sources say Islamabad has hit are deep inside Iran. Sources in Pakistan claim several locations have been targeted. Moreover, according to Tehran's state media, several explosions were heard in the country's southeastern region. And the explosions or the attack has killed at least 3 women and 4 children in the Pakistani strikes. Islamabad says that the precision military strikes were against Pakistani origin terrorists or Sarmachars and their hideouts. They have found safe haven in Iran's Sistan or Balochistan province. And according to reports, Islamabad attacked the posts of 2 Baloch separatist groups, the Balochistan Liberation Front and the Balochistan Liberation Army. Now, relations between Pakistan and its neighbor Iran hit a new low on Wednesday after Iran carried out airstrikes in Balochistan, killing 2 children and injuring 3 people. Tehran had said that its missiles and drone attacks were targeting bases of militant group Jaish al-Adl. Tensions have escalated to the 2 sides, pulling out their envoys and suspending high-level visits. Remember, the attack on Iran comes as Pakistan's foreign ministry had condemned the strike as an unprovoked violation of its sovereignty. Now, a statement released by Pakistan's foreign ministry, and I'm going to quote here, this violation of Pakistan's sovereignty is completely unacceptable and can have serious consequences.
Pakistan reserves the right to respond to this illegal act, and the responsibility for the consequences will lie squarely with Iran. We have conveyed this message to the government of Iran. We have also informed them that Pakistan has decided to recall its ambassador from Iran and that the Iranian ambassador to Pakistan, who is currently visiting Iran, may not return for the time being.
Now, Pakistan's Minister for Information, Murtaza Solangi, sat down for an exclusive conversation with WION's Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik, and here's what Mr. Solangi had to say about Iran's latest strikes.
Given the history of cordial relations between Iran and Pakistan, it was a sad incident that happened yesterday, and the government of Pakistan, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has already responded. We have taken some measures, and we are assessing the situation. We are also in the process of investigation what happened and when, and who is responsible for it, despite the claims that have been made, but we would not rush to judgment.
On the other hand, Iranian defense minister has defended the Iranian airstrikes. He said, and I'm going to quote here, "It doesn't matter to us. We will react from any area that threatens Iran." That's a quote unquote. The Iranian defense minister added that Iran's reaction will be proportionate, decisive and tough. Now, responding to the Iranian strikes, India's Ministry of External Affairs had said that New Delhi has zero tolerance on terrorism, adding that it understands that the actions taken by countries in self-defense, further adding this is a matter between Iran and Pakistan. Now, China has also urged Iran and Pakistan to exercise restraint, seeing the tension rising between the 2 neighbors. Now, of course, first it was Iran who carried out these strikes within Pakistani territory, and now Pakistan just hours ago carried out strikes deep within Iranian territory. All right, to get more updates on this, we are being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik from Islamabad. Now, Anas, of course, we have been talking about this since earlier in the day as well. Just a few hours ago, we were still awaiting some kind of, formal, kind of communication from the Pakistan authorities. And now finally it has come out. The Pakistan Foreign Ministry has also released that statement. Now the operation name has been given, but they have said that it is safeguarding Pakistan's territory. They have not made any mention of the attacks that Iran carried out just earlier. How is Pakistan playing it? Because Pakistan is still saying that Iran is a brotherly country.
Well, that's the fix for both the sides, not just for Iran, but for Pakistan as well. Both have immensely supported each other, and they consider each other's territory or each other's sovereignty quite sacred and sacrimonial. That is the reason we're seeing these statements, despite of the fact that they would be loaded with all of the bombardments that are there. But towards the end of it, they mellow it down and they say, well, you're a brother to us, and you're a brother to us as well. And what we've done, it was necessary, but we did not mean to offend you. That is what the crux is. But in reality, this particular area of Balochistan, Sistan on the Irani side, and on the Baloch belt here on the Pakistani side in Balochistan, in Panjgor, this has been a problem. Pakistan has been long accusing Tehran of harboring and sheltering terrorists in the Balochistan, Sistan area, which the ministry says, or the Pakistani government says, are ungoverned areas of the Irani side. And the Irani side had been long accusing the Pakistani side of harboring Jaish al-Adl in Panjgor. On the Pakistani side, that's about 8 kilometers from the Iran border. So this remains more of a preplex fix situation. Both the sides have acted. They've shown their military might. They've shown their intelligence might as well, and their capacity and capability. I foresee things to be de-escalated, but to be very precise, the Irani side carried out 2 strikes. Pakistani side has retaliated by putting out 7 strikes on camps of the BLF and the Baloch Liberation Army and the Baloch Liberation Force. Terrorists, as Pakistan has classified them, who harbor and reside on the Irani side. And as per, if sources are to be believed on the Pakistani side, then at least 20 plus terrorists is what they claim have been killed in the Pakistani precision strikes. Very interestingly, the name that has been given to the operation is called Operation Marg-bar Sarmachar. Marg-bar, it's entirely a Persian word. Marg-bar means death, and Sarmachar in Persian means insurgents. So what Pakistani side has dubbed the code name of the operation is Death to Insurgents, referring to the Baloch insurgency, or an apparent mention to the Baloch insurgency and terrorism that has been, Pakistan has been long accusing Iran of sheltering them and nurturing them on their side of the border. Shivan?
Anas, I just want to also get your thoughts on this. Now, earlier in the day when we had spoken, you had pointed it out that time as well, that there won't be too much escalation beyond this point. They have carried out a strike. Of course, they have not reasoned it as a retaliation. They have also, in their language that they've used, they've said that it was, Iran continues to be a brotherly nation for us. Now, I just want to understand now, the envoys have been recalled from both nations, or rather at least Pakistan said that the Iranian envoy to Pakistan need not come back to Pakistan, he can remain in Iran, and they've called back their ambassador. Now, and diplomatic talks have also been suspended, at least as of now. What is the need for that, and do you feel those will also resume at the earliest? Because until that happens, you really can't really say that everything is back to normal.
Well, I personally foresee a lull in all of what you've just mentioned, including diplomatic talks, because if history is to be served as a lesson and as a reminder, then the first step to an escalation, or to a kinetic or a military escalation, is to pull back diplomacy, and that's what Pakistan classically did, going by the playbook. That was the first indicator to Tehran, and the reason a friendly, neighborly regional country joined in a bid to de-escalate. But Pakistan's message to them was that our territorial integrity has been violated. We shall respond, and we will respond. That is what Islamabad had said. And very clearly, what I've learned credibly from sources is that this was planned, executed, planned well in advance, to the point that the military leadership in GHQ, in the general headquarters and the air headquarters, were relayed a feed as to whatever that was happening. They were relayed a live feed. So it wasn't like a hushly done exercise. It was a planned exercise. It was a planned counter-attack on the part of Pakistan to prove a point that in case if the barriers are broken, if the red lines are crossed, then they too have their part of their share of intelligence input and their share of areas that they would want to attack onto the Irani side, and they've made that point. I personally don't foresee things going much worse from this point. In fact, there can possibly be a lull, some diplomacy getting into action. We understand there's already Turkey, Oman and China, the three countries. They've activated their diplomatic channels. They enjoy cordial terms with both the sides, Iran and Pakistan as well. So I think and I foresee a lull. And then probably in some months or in some weeks ahead, some resumption of dialogue in some form. Shivan?
All right, Anas, we'll let you go for now. Of course, it's going to be a busy day for you as well, because we're going to be tracking this very closely as it develops further. We will be in touch again soon. That's our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik joining us live from Islamabad, getting us all the latest on that front.